Many thanks for joining us here on Newsdesk to our very first story this morning. The Convention People's Party has held the first of its internal presidential debates to decide the best among interested aspirants to represent the party in this year's general election. And the four presidential hopefuls vying to lead the party in the 2016 elections have been telling Ghanaians about how they intend to rule the country when given the nod. Now, here are excerpts from Samia Nkrumah and Bright Akwete. They are two of the aspirants.
All our natural resources, all our national assets, anything that was sold, you, the Ghanaian, you are going to own it once again. There will be no compromise on ownership of resources. We also are going to ban or put a moratorium on genetically modified foods. No poisonous seeds and food for the people of Ghana. Rather, healthy, organic, chemical-free agriculture and farming and food. And a CPP government, because we are people-centered, because our priority is to make the quality of the lives of the people of Ghana better, you are going to be part of decision-making in your community. You will know how much the district you belong to is earning and every single peswa where it's going. What projects? Are you part of decision-making today, fellow Ghanaians? No, we are not. A CPP government will put power back in the hands of the Ghanaian. This is the whole objective of political independence. And we are going to go right back to the principles and ideas that made this nation strong and powerful and dignified. So please, give us another chance to manage our economy and create wealth and prosperity for the people of Ghana.
Yes, Bright. I will start with the recovery of the sovereignty of Ghana over its natural wealth and resources and its economy. The second one, I would fight corruption with an iron fist. I would endeavor to provide the environment and the circumstances and the conditions and situations for the youth to be employed so that we'll have value for what they have been educated for. Now, in fighting corruption, I will go back to the anti-corruption institutions. The previously called Serious Fraud Office, now UYOCO, has been enfeebled. He's been emasculated by not being provided enough facilities, opportunities, and the funding to carry out their work. Shraj has been left unattended for a long time. They're only receiving salaries. The police, you need a strong hand in the police service to reorder their activities and get them to win the respect of Ghanaians so that we can have security in this country. So that people do not commit crimes and go scot-free. Do not commit crimes with impunity because they know when they commit the crimes, nobody is going to follow them or they can pay their way through.
Well, two other aspirants, Ivor Greenstreet and Joseph Japan, have also been sharing their ideas.
Ivor.
I think you said three things.
Three things. Why the government of the CPP would be better than the sitting government.
So, transparent government, accountable government, and responsive government.
Explain, you have a few more seconds.
Transparency in the sense that currently the governments that we have are not transparent. Just imagine of recent date in the last few years. Anytime somebody in an official capacity seems to be engaged in some kind of malfeasance and there appears to be some monetary loss to the state, nobody gets prosecuted. The person appears to be above the law, and all that happens, you are asked to refund the money. That is not transparent. That is not accountable. And that is not a responsive government, responsive to the needs of the people.
If CPP come back to power, we will live low standard based on the economy of this country. And we will put the money that we will spend on the few people, buy so much Toyota Land Cruisers, expensive cars, building houses, which is not, it's not we did not get the money by ourselves, but from the state money. We have to put this money back to Ghanaians, and Ghanaians have to invest in themselves. That's what we need to do. So, as I'm saying, first, politics, we don't go in to make money, we go in to save. Other things, we can't manage economy without a system. I keep saying that. We need a system that will control every single institution, every single structures in this nation. If we don't have a system and we have man-made system where everyone decides, everyone fits, there is no way this economy can grow. So we all have to understand that the responsibility of this country economy is in the hands of every single Ghanaian. Hard working, determination. We can do it, spirit, and the leaders understand the people. Listen, if you're driving in the traffic light, you will see people carry something on their head, sell it. People less than 18 years, 12 years, 13 years. It's not acceptable. They have to go back to school until we save some of the money we use for ourselves and we start living in the low life. There is no way this economy can grow. We borrowing money, we're doing all those things, but the question is, where do we put the money? Where is our priority? Our priorities are wrong. Until we put the economy as our first priority, this country and this nation will not go anywhere.
And those were excerpts of the maiden presidential debate of the Convention People's Party there. We'll be bringing you a lot more on that later. But away from that, let's do some other stories. And teachers at the WA Polytechnic are demanding the exit of the chairman of the Polytechnics Council. Now, the teachers are accusing Professor Jacob Songsori of refusing to implement a decision of the council to instate one Dr. Baba Issa as substantive rector of the Polytechnic. Let's get more on this from correspondent Rafiq Salam, who joins us on phone now with details of this particular story. So, Rafiq, good morning. Many thanks for your time. Tell us much more about really what these concerns are. We are told it even led to a strike action at some point, really.
Yeah, according to the POTAC, the local chairman of POTAC, Mubasir Bamia, he told me that they embarked on a strike last week, which was for 4 days, and they ended the strike last Monday, and so they are now back to work. But the issues that they are raising have to do with the action and inaction about the council chairman, Professor Jacob Songsori. What they are talking about is that, there's a decision. The school, at the moment, all the principal officers are not at post because of some litigation at the WA High Court. We have the principal, we have the registrar, we have the financial secretary, almost everybody, all the top hierarchy of the party, of the schools, of the Polytechnic are now in court. And so what is really happening is that they have appointed or cancelled in their last decision in December, move that Dr. Baba Issa should be made the acting vice rector of the school so that he could take certain actions so that to enable the school move on. But this decision was frowned on by Professor Jacob Songsori, and that's what the Polytechnic teachers are saying, that they won't go back to the classroom unless that happens. But currently, they are meeting in a meeting with the Executive Secretary of Tertiary Education, and then to resolve that impasse.
Okay, so Rafiq, you tell us that initially they had mentioned that they were not going to return to the classrooms unless, of course, Dr. Baba Issa was instated as a substantive rector of the school. Has this happened in any way? Because from what you're saying, they have called off their strike.
What is happening is that the council chairman, Professor Jacob Songsori, has not heeded to that in that regard. And so what is really happening is that they said they have gone on for 4 days, and they will meet the Executive Council of the Tertiary Education. After that, they will decide on what next of action. But what they are saying is that they are thinking that Professor Jacob Songsori has overstayed his welcome. He's been 17 years in that particular position, and they think that he needs to be changed for a new person to come over. And that's exactly what I said. When I spoke to Professor Jacob Songsori some 2 days ago, he called his balderdash and said that what they are saying isn't true. Well, he has been at the helm of affairs and has helped the Polytechnic to grow.
Okay. Rafik, many thanks for your time on News Desk this morning, and I believe you'll be keeping an eye on that particular meeting. We'll be touching base with you at midday for a lot more on this particular story. And I need to also let you know that we're earlier billed to speak to Professor Jacob Song-Sori. He is the chairman of the Schools Council. I'm speaking of the WA Polytechnic. He's the chairman of the Schools Council there, but unfortunately his lines are not going through us. And when we do have him, or we have a response from his end, we will let you know. You're watching News Desk here on your Joy News channel on Multi TV. Time now for a break. When we come back, we'll bring you lots more stories.